huge, muscular man walks into a bar and orders a beer. The bartender can't stop staring. The guy is absolutely ripped, but his head is about the size of an orange. Handing over the beer, the bartender says, "Look, I don't mean to be rude. Your physique is incredible, but how did your head end up so small?" The man nods. "Fair question," he says. "One day I was hunting and got lost in the woods. I heard someone crying for help and followed the sound to a frog sitting by a stream. I picked it up and the frog said, 'Kiss me, and I'll turn into a genie who grants 3 wishes. I checked to make sure no one was around and kissed the frog. Poof! The frog turned into a beautiful, naked woman. She said, 'You have 3 wishes.' I looked at my scrawny body and said, 'I want a body like Arnold Schwarzenegger.' She snapped her fingers, and suddenly I was huge and ripped. She asked for my second wish. I looked at her and said, 'I want to make passionate love to you right here by this stream.' She smiled, lay down, and we stayed there for hours. Afterward, as we lay there exhausted, she leaned over and whispered, 'You still have 1 wish left. What will it be?' I looked at her and replied, 'How about a little head?'" A drunk man staggers home at 3 a.m. and is immediately greeted by his furious wife. "Where have you been?" she demands. "You've been gone for hours." The man hiccups and says dreamily, "I was at this amazing place called the Golden Saloon. Everything there is gold. Golden doors, golden floors, even golden toilets." The wife narrows her eyes but lets it go for the moment. The next morning, still suspicious, she looks up the bar's number and calls. "Hello," she says. "Is this the Golden Saloon?" "Yes, it is," replies the man on the phone. "Tell me," she asks, "do you really have golden doors?" The man glances toward the entrance, shimmering in the light. "Yes, we do." "And golden floors?" He looks down at his reflection in the polished floor. "Yes, those too." "And one last thing," the wife says. "Is it true you have golden toilets?" There's a long pause. Then the man covers the phone, turns to his friend and says, "I think we just found the guy who peed in your saxophone last night." One day a woman walks into a dentist's office and asks, "How much does it cost to have wisdom teeth extracted?" $80, the dentist replies. "That's ridiculous," the woman says. "Isn't there a cheaper way?" "Well," the dentist says, "if we skip the anesthetic, I can bring it down to 60. "That's still too expensive," she replies. "All right," says the dentist. "If I skip the anesthetic and just pull them out with a pair of pliers, I can do it for 20. "Nope," the woman says. "Still too much." The dentist scratches his head. "Well, if I let one of my students do it, I suppose I could bring the price down to $10. "Perfect," the woman says. "Can I book my mother-in-law for next Tuesday?" A distraught senior citizen phoned her doctor's office. "Is it true," she asked, "that the medication you prescribed has to be taken for the rest of my life?" "Yes," the doctor replied. "I'm afraid so." There was a moment of silence. Then the woman said, "Well, just how serious is my condition? Because this prescription is marked no refills."